Hi, Sean Doyle here from Recirc IT. Hope you're well. So we get asked the question quite a lot about what do we do with our customers? How do we really kind of enable them, and how are we different to the processes, the resellers, the relationships that they have in place? So I just wanted to talk quickly about one of the case studies that we had, which really put into motion some of the great sustainability practices that we're trying to have the market adopt, the market around the circular economy. So this was one of Australia's largest supermarket retail chains. And so the first challenge for them was when it came to the e-waste, they were actually getting no value from the product that they had in place. So they were looking at around 40 of these large chassis-based servers. So a significant amount in terms of e-waste, around 1 ton of products. So firstly, they were getting no value. They were getting no value back from that. Secondly, they were getting no reporting. So where does this product go? Where does it end up? Could it be reused? Could it be? Could we extract some value from it? Could we extract something and know where that product was going to kind of end up? So the two challenges that they had, the first two initially around the e-waste, the downstream side of things, where they weren't getting anything back essentially. And these products, if you bear in mind that these products, what the infrastructure manager told me that there was equally frustrating was that they knew back around 6 or 7 years ago they'd paid millions worth of dollars for this product, and now there it was on pallets, and it was going to be taken off to a crushing plant essentially. So what is it essentially that we did? So what we did is we looked at that situation, and our goal is to repurpose first. So what we did is we looked at the makeup of the product. It's a chassis-based product, so it had supervisors, it had line cards, power supplies. We looked at those and said, could we repurpose any of that product within its entirety? So it's a fully complete product rather than crushing or whatever. So what we did is we looked at the supervisors, and the supervisors within that, obviously each chassis had two supervisors within it. So we had about 80 supervisors. Now we couldn't actually repurpose those right there and then. We couldn't sell the 80 supervisors into the market. We would have flooded the market essentially. But there was some value within the market which we could pass back to the customers. We then, for the rest of the product, what we did is we put that through. Now we partner with a company called Mint Innovation within Australia. They've got an amazing technology where they use a hydro-smelting process. It's essentially a biomass which goes after a lot of the minerals within the product. So when we put that through their process, essentially what we were able to do is say to them, we've extracted around, because that's around 1 ton of switches, 162 grams of gold, 367 kilograms, I should add, of copper, 9 grams of palladium, and the remnants of, I think it was around 150 grams of silver. So the great part about that was we were able to give their sustainability team an actual number around what we were extracting. But what that meant was we were able to deliver something like a $50,000 credit back to the organization. So where could the organization use that? We had a conversation with their project management team, and obviously they were replacing these chassis with a number of newer products. We can't supply the newer products, but we did spot within that about 30% of the makeup of that bill of materials were SFPs. So we noticed that for some of these optics, things like SFP 10G SRs, they were paying around $400 for each one of these optics. We could provide those optics for around $100. They were still Cisco genuine optics. So what they essentially did is utilize that credit against the value of the new one, and essentially they removed around 20% of the capital outlay from that new project by using some of that credit. So we had 3 great messages there. The first message was that the waste was handled properly. The second part was that we're able to actually generate a financial gain for the organization. And they were able to then use 20% of that capital to buy pre-owned product, and they weren't actually buying that. So if they're buying pre-owned product, they're not buying brand new product. So they're not creating the upstream consumption issue around always buying brand new. So that's just if you want to sort of visualize what it is we're doing with our customers, how we're helping them avoid e-waste as a cost, we're actually giving value back. And we're actually giving something back to the organization to tell you where these products have all ended up. So if you want to, if you run through scenarios like that in your own business, and you'd like to see about if there is the potential to essentially extract value from some of the waste and be able to consume more sustainably, we'd love to hear from you.